Hello and welcome back to me getting annoyed by something on TikTok and then feeling like I absolutely need to talk about it until I talk about it and then that feeling goes away and it feels good. Okay, so today I saw something that kind of made me angry on TikTok, which is good because I needed something to talk about. It's this. Okay, so let's think about this. Okay. She is surprising her boyfriend on New Year's Eve, and he thought she was working. She comes down the stairs. It's a 20s party, a 20s themed party, just so we're all aware of the why they're dressed like that. She comes down the stairs to the basement. She taps him on the shoulder. She says, "Ah, I tricked you," ha," as she's doing now. And then he's like, "What? Oh my god!" And he gets completely red. You might have noticed that. And he's laughing a little bit. He's holding his beer or whatever that may be. And then she comes down the stairs all the way. She goes to hug him, and then he gives her some kind of push on the shoulder. That's what we're working with here. It's a 15-second video with a cute little song in the background. And let me show you the first TikTok I saw about this.
If any of you guys have seen the video of the girl surprising the boyfriend on the staircase, he literally looks like he's looking for another girl in the place. He gets bright red, and at the end of the video, probably 20 seconds later, she goes to kind of hug him, and he literally puts his hand out and hits her shoulder. So she couldn't go to get him. I was like, oh my gosh, like, no, run, run, run. This is...
So she just described what happened. But I want everyone to understand the effects that wording has on a situation, because that's going to come up a lot in these videos. So this situation that we just watched can be interpreted a lot of ways. And that's, obvious here. And immediately saying, like calling the push a hit and saying he stuck his hand out sounds like it puts the image in your mind of either like a stiff arm and like saying like I don't want to talk to you, or like a hit. And those could be what you see in the original TikTok, but it's not going to be what everyone sees. And I think the wording could be a little, I don't know. I think it's a little suspicious.
Something that me and my friends call the bubble. I've created this term. It's called the bubble. And when someone's in the bubble, they can't get out. So you're literally, if you're getting cheated on or something like this, you just do not see reality because you're stuck in the freaking bubble. And until you're out, you're going to look back and be like, holy crap, he definitely had another date there. She's so far in the bubble that even everyone commenting all of this stuff, she posted a second video saying like, oh no, look guys, from the different perspective. The second perspective was worse. It was literally worse. He looks so freaking red. He's looking at the girl at the stairs. There was definitely another girl in that place, or something's wrong, and there's no way. This is why when you tell your friends or something about a guy, they're going to be in the bubble. They're not going to see straight. This is the same situation. Like, she needs to see it for herself because thousands.
So, okay. A lot to talk about with this one. So, obviously, first off, we're making a lot of assumptions off the rip. We immediately just not only assumed, but just established that there was another girl at that party, and he's definitely cheating. And he's looking around, and he's looking for another girl, and he goes red because he's embarrassed that she's there, and he pushes her because he doesn't want to hug her in front of the other girl. A lot of assumptions being made, but hey, she could be right. And she may have a point. The term she just described, the bubble, is just what the rest of the world calls rose-colored glasses. That's already a term that already exists for the phenomena she's describing. So her made-up term is a little silly to me, but maybe people don't know that. And then for the other thing I want to talk about here is these comments right here. He might be worse than Couch Guy, Couch Guy 2025, that kind of thing. Just think about that. Just think about that for a minute, all right? Just keep those in your head, and I'll talk about that later. Next one I saw was this.
Oh, she posted an update after she posted this video. and the internet blew up. She posted another video from her friend's point of view coming down the stairs saying, guys, like, it's not that serious. He was really excited I was there. Here's another point of view. It just confirmed to everyone what we already thought. So then she posts another video saying this was us partying all night long. She thought that video was gonna like really clear the air, and honestly it doesn't help either argument. It just shows him dancing for like 5 seconds. Like, it doesn't help either side. But here's my 2 cents on it.
Before she gets into her complete guesses on opinions on a couple she knows nothing about, that are part of a friend group she knows nothing about, that are probably hundreds of miles away from her and have no relevance to her whatsoever, I do want to say that she talked about the second perspective, which I have not found. The second perspective, I couldn't. I looked for a long time and I couldn't find it. If anyone does find it, please like join my Discord or something and send it, because I do want to see it. But she says it confirms what we already knew, which is genuinely insane wording. Like, there's no way. That's crazy. Like, if you had that like written down, for example, on like a study, like an academic journal, and you said like this confirms what we already knew, and it's like super weak evidence for something that's like totally abstract, like people would be like, what the hell is going on here? Like, that is wild. That is a wild thing to just like say, because it tells us so much about what she thinks and what everyone is telling her and what everyone thinks about this situation. And that's like, the headcanon for this has gotten so ridiculously massive that like they all think they know something more than the people that are in the situation themselves, which is crazy. And there is something to be said about being too close to a situation. But multiple people in this friend group, as we may see later, have also made videos and have said stuff about it. And like she said, like, this girl made 2 more videos trying to dispel this rumor, trying to say, no, we're fine. He was just like really surprised. No, we're fine. Like, look, this is me dancing with him. Silly video. Like, we like each other. And she's like, she doesn't know anything. She's dumb and is completely unaware of this man fooling her. And it's like, you're not there. You're not there. Do you know you're not there? Do you know you're not there? You're seeing a 15-second clip. A 15-second clip, guys. And you are making the wildest assumptions and acting like they're facts and acting like you know more than the people in them. I swear to God. Okay, let's hear her takeaway from the 15-second video, because she knows more than everyone, obviously.
I showed the original video with 0 context to my husband, and then I said, what do you think his thoughts are? He said, oh, he's not excited to see her. He doesn't like her. Even from the men, they agree. Because here's the thing.
Real quick, once again, she asked one man, her husband, who may be biased, and may know what she's talking about. If your significant other, if you don't have a significant other, your best friend shows you something, is, what do you think about this? I think you know that they're like, oh, they want me to say something negative. Oh, they want me to see something. And obviously, like, if you try and look at this video through a negative lens, it's really easy to see what you want to see. So she's saying, I showed my husband, one man, I showed my husband this video, and he said he's thinking about another woman. He doesn't want to see her. And she said, all men also understand the situation. That is not evidence. I don't know if I have to really explain why that's not evidence, but that is not evidence and is so misleading. Okay.
If you see your partner, your person, out and about in the wild unexpectedly, that tells you how they feel about you. That's unexpected.
Now, I also disagree with this. If you see your partner out in the wild and like that's how you react to them, is how you really feel about them, I think that's some like ridiculous claim. I don't know why seeing them in the context and recognizing them, and seeing them outside of the normal context and recognizing them would have any bearing on your like true feelings, because your true feelings are just your feelings. I don't know why she's even saying this. But also, she's saying, like, your person, you're blah, blah, blah. And I agree with her on that. If I saw my girlfriend of 3 years, like, somewhere where I didn't expect her, we're doing long distance, I would be so happy. I would hug her, and we would do stuff together. We'd hang out, and that sounds awesome. But she knows this, as I would assume she knows this, because, holy crap, she is very invested in this. From what I saw everywhere, and there's a lot of conflicting stories. As far as I know, they've only been together for a month or two. They've been together for a very short time. They're not married. And he's like either thinking about getting married, or they're like gonna get engaged, or they did get engaged. Either way, they've been together for a short time, and they might be getting married quickly, but that's up to them. That's their relationship, whatever. All I know for sure, I think, is that they've been together for a short time. So, I don't think you can judge this the same. You don't know the whole context. They're at a party. Maybe they don't like, PTA? What is it called? It's called PDA. Public Display of Affection. Hope this helps. Like, maybe they don't like that. Maybe they're not comfortable with that. Maybe she's not, maybe he's not. Maybe they've communicated that to each other. Maybe they haven't, and they're like still figuring it out. Maybe this is the first time she's like around his group of friends. Maybe this is the first time he's around her group of friends. Maybe they just don't know how to act. Maybe they don't know how to be together in public or in front of their friends. Maybe they feel embarrassed. Maybe he doesn't want to like hug her and like kiss her and like blah blah blah, because new relationships aren't always with that. Maybe he just was so shocked that he didn't, whatever. I don't have to explain all these like other possibilities to get my point across, that there are a billion other possibilities than the worst one that you and freaking, I don't know, 146,000 other people that liked this are all agreeing on. Maybe you don't know, dude. Also, maybe she sucks. Sorry, people can be terrible. Maybe he doesn't like her, and that's fine too. That's their life. Maybe he doesn't like her. There's also a ton of assumptions that she's perfect and he sucks. And it's like, why? People have equal opportunity to suck. It's weird. It's just weird. It's weirdo behavior. I don't know. Continue.
So
go ahead.
The way they react to you is very, very telling about how they actually feel about you. I think that he was truly surprised. I think he may or may not have someone there. That was my first thought, is either he had someone there with him that he didn't want you to see, or he had plans to be with somebody else that night, or hook up with somebody, or that was his night of hookups, or whatever. His face very clearly gave, "You've ruined my plans for the night." Oh, she posted an update.
His face got red. So she assumed that he was definitely cheating on her, maybe with multiple women, and definitely at that party. And if not at that party, then at least that night he was going to cheat on her a whole bunch, because his face got red. Once again, I shouldn't have to explain why that's wild. I mean, dude, even if she did ruin his plans for that night, his plans for that night could have been he wanted to hang out with his guy friends. Or if there's guys and girls there, maybe his original friend group. Maybe she's new. Maybe, like, since they're in a relationship, he doesn't want to spend all his time with her. Maybe the rest of his friends have been asking him to spend more time with them, and he hasn't been able to for a while. And he finally was. And he finally got out there to that party. And he was happy to have like a night with them. And then she showed up and he felt guilty and he felt bad because all his friends are there. And maybe that's why he scanned the room too. You don't know. Like I said, I don't have to name a billion possibilities other than this one to get my point across that there are a billion other possibilities. Then he's definitely cheating on her, maybe with multiple women. What the hell are you talking about? I understand that this gets likes, but it's so ridiculous. Oh my god, it is so ridiculous. Like, why do you spend all your time sitting there, like, dude, like, ruining, like, this girl's relationship and her life? Because she had to, like, take down her old TikTok account. She had to, like, remove, like, all her social media presence because she's, like, been getting so many messages that are making all these assumptions about him and her and how bad of a person he is and, like, all this stuff. And it's just, it's gross. It's just gross, and it's weirdo behavior.
I don't know if anyone's going to see this, but I was at this party. It was a decently small party for our friend group. There was no other woman there. There was no malicious intent, I'm sure.
So this is, like she said, a friend of them who's talking. Top comment, she's the other woman.
I'm pretty sure he just didn't expect it to be videotaped. He didn't expect to be thrown on TikTok. He didn't expect for 3.7 million people to see her video and react the way that they did. And I just think that he just had an awkward reaction because he just had no idea what was going on.
Okay, so as you can see here, we have another POV of a friend who was at the party. Now she goes on.
First of all, another. Apparently there's multiple, and they're all saying the same thing, and they're all telling the same story. So all these people automatically assume that they're all lying to cover for him. Continue on.
To say that
tell me your
the
theory.
rest of the night he was all over her, talking about her, introducing to her to everybody, that nothing seems weird. But the one thing I really want to note on what she was saying was he didn't expect her to post it on TikTok and get the reaction. So the thing is like, what reaction did you guys think that you would get? You know what I'm saying? Like, is she saying that the boyfriend didn't know that she was going to even upload it? Because at that point, like, that's where I would have put like the brakes on and said, hey, like, that's not like a really great response. Like, of course I'm so happy that I was able to see you and you showed up, but I was so stunned, and it just doesn't come off the right way because nobody watching that video is thinking, oh, like, that's so cute, like, look how awkward he is. Nobody.
Okay, this is a very common flaw in thinking. Saying nobody thinks this is, like, always wrong. Saying, like, nobody thinks this is, like, you could say that about anything, and you're always wrong. And what she means is that most people think this one way. But I'd bet that most people think this one way is because this is on TikTok, a social media platform that has a lot of, like, negativity-based content. And yeah, while there's wholesome content, like, it kind of goes one way or the other once you post it. And if it goes to that negative crowd, then a lot of negative comments are going to come in. And those negative comments, even if positive people start to see it, those positive people are going to see the comments or the interactions or the whatever, these posts, and automatically think the same as them. They're actively, you're putting the freaking chicken before the egg here. You are saying everybody thinks this, but everybody thinks this because everybody already thinks this. Do you know what I mean? Also, everybody thinking something is not good evidence for something being true. A lot of people think things. A lot of people can be wrong at once. And not everyone's objective, dude. People are biased, and especially biased by other people. Look at these two comments. She's the other woman. I think she's the other woman. 5,000 likes and 6,000 likes. And that's off a girl in their friend group saying, nothing was weird. Crazy. Crazy how quickly people jump to conclusions.
Now, I'm happy that the friend cleared it up. They are for sure in a relationship. There is no stalking going on. There is no other woman. He is not married. He is not wearing a ring. This is a new relationship. They've only been together for about a month.
So, these are some of the other theories that she dispels right here. People were making theories that she was a stalker. People were making theories that they were married and he was covering his ring. And a bunch of other stuff that she just said. But it's crazy. Maybe if you guys were wrong 10 times already, maybe you're still wrong about everything. I don't know.
on the original poster. She was making TikToks. She now has felt so uncomfortable that she's had to like delete them all and go private. And that's what this friend is saying, that, you know, she just wanted to come on and say, hey, TikTok, like, you're wrong for assuming all of these things. It is not that. And it's really a shame that, you know, you forced this girl to go private and delete the videos.
Yeah.
Now, what
Hold
I will
on.
say
Hold on. Imagine a world with me where she just says here, and she's right. And I'm going to take down my post about this because I think I'm hurting their group and I'm hurting their real life relationships, and it's not a good look for me. It's not a good thing for me to do because I was clearly wrong. And I want to say I'm sorry. And maybe just, if any of you are harassing her, I think we should stop because clearly we're having a very real effect on their lives, their social group, and her life specifically. And now let's see what she says.
to that part is nobody forced her to post the video. In fact, I think if she had just literally showed a single friend, they would have been like, I mean, it's not the greatest video.
No, because when you're in a context with a friend and they know what's going on and they know they're assuming positive intentions and they know both people involved, maybe they thought it was cute because they know the people. And since you don't know the people, you thought it was negative. I hate it when people assume that everyone thinks the same as them. Not everyone thinks the same as you. Ever.
And if they don't do that, then maybe she needs to reevaluate her friends because it's just not a great video.
You need to reevaluate your friends because they thought something was cute. And I don't think it's cute. Why are you the authority on this? You don't know anything about this. You don't know anything. You saw a 15-second clip. And I don't know how, I haven't looked at her account, but she's probably made like 10 videos about this. Dude. You don't know anything. You don't know anything.
We've all been there. We've all tried to get a reaction out of our friends or our partners or whatever, and it doesn't turn out. But there are just
So maybe you're projecting. Maybe you're bringing your own bias into this. I don't know. Maybe.
times and places where you decide to post and you don't. And unfortunately for this girl, she posted a video that TikTok was watching, and it was like, looks a little bit like a red flag. That's it. So anyway, that clears it up. They are dating. They are, in a relationship. There is no other story other than it was just a really horrible reaction, and you can't change my mind on that.
So I think here she's minimizing her effect. Also, look at those eyes. I think she's minimizing her reaction or her effect on this situation. She's saying nothing is wrong, guys. They're totally fine. But it was still a bad reaction, and that's why we all assumed something. And all we were saying anyway was that it was just kind of a red flag. No, you weren't saying that she was a red flag. Your comments are still accusing someone totally out of this situation that she's the other woman and she's covering for it. Look what you did. Look what your community is. You made this community. You did this, and now you're acting like you guys did nothing, and you're acting like you're fine, and now you're telling your audience in the most sus way ever that totally things are totally fine, guys. They're saying it's fine, so it must be fine. Dude, oh my god, get a grip. Holy cow. This argument of well, she posted it, so she should have expected the millions of hate comments. Dude, she posted a cute video, a video that she thought was cute, of her with her freaking man. I get this argument of when you're posting, you're not posting to the void. You're not posting to just your friends. You're posting to everyone, and public feedback is going to come no matter what. But, dude, I think that only goes to a certain distance when the amount of hate and the amount of videos on this topic and the amount of rumors and stuff are being spread. And you should take accountability when you're doing bad things like that. Even if you had good intentions to start, even if you're calling for her to be hey, you might be in trouble. There might be something wrong here. If you made a video like that and you were I'm sorry, I had good intentions. I just wanted to warn you just in case you didn't know. Because it seemed to me, I've been in a situation like that before. That's how it felt, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Like, I gave you good intentions like that, but she didn't, dude. She did not have good intentions like that. At all. Her account name is Sip something. So she's a drama channel. I'm not going to say her whole name because I don't want people to hate on anyone in this video. That's the other thing. If you hate on anyone in this video, you're just as bad as these people. You're worse than these people, dude. Don't do that. You're the problem, all right? These videos on their own would actually be fine if people didn't feel motivated to go leave hate comments and stuff on other people's videos after they see them. Okay? Cool. Now I got that out of the way. Let's watch another.
I'm gonna need you to hold my hand. Please. 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 Please hold my hand. The way that he looked at you and then looked at his crew and then looked at you and then looked at his crew and then looked at you again with a facial expression of shock, not excitement, not.
It was a surprise. I think a facial expression of shock is warranted, but I get what she means.
Love, not affection.
Like, you're assuming a lot. You don't know how different people show love and affection. You don't. This is like that trope in movies, and I don't know if there's actually a trope in movies because I can't think of any movies that actually do it, but I feel like I've seen it before. When a character, like, is grieving, so they laugh because that's how they deal with grief, and then another character who's also grieving, gets like really mad at them because, like, why are you laughing? And they're like, I can't help it, it's how I deal with it. And the third, more like level-headed character is like, no, that's how different people deal with things. Get a hold of yourself. And then that guy's like so angry because he's also sad and like grieving too. So he like has to take out his anger on that guy, and like they get into a big fight, and that like ends their like best friendship. You know what I mean? Point is, that's always frustrating to me because I think generally, especially after that trope exists, people understand that different people have different ways of dealing with grief. So I think that goes for everything. I think people have different ways of dealing with love and affection, and people show it in different ways. People have different expressions for things. Not everyone is you. Once again, God.
Very telling.
Very telling.
His face was red as my shirt, first of all.
That's true. His face did get very red.
Secondly, he looked like, why is she here, y'all? Why is she here? My girl, a real girl, is in the bathroom. Why is she here? Why is she here? Dylan, did you do this? Who did this?
That is the most literal putting words in someone's mouth I've ever seen. You know that phrase? You're putting words in my mouth? Dude, she's literally putting words in his mouth. He stood there and went, and she got all of that from that expression. You don't know this guy. You can't read people you don't know. It's not how it works. It's not, man.
And hold up, because I'm about to insert
Not accurately, at least.
Really pissed me off.
And then it's just a push or hit or shove, whatever you want to call it.
That right there sealed the deal. I need you to stand up. Stand up! This is not a judgment. Women have been there before. We've been there before. Sometimes it takes a while for the light bulb to come on and the rose-colored glasses to come off. Girl.
There's the phrase, not the bubble. Rose-colored glasses. Take notes, other girl.
Like, the red flag is hitting you upside the head, and we need for you to... I'll say what I said on another video where it was very clear that the partner was very unserious and disrespectful. If you don't do anything else, pay attention to how he makes you feel when the cameras are off. Because
so she goes on to say, like, make this point more of like, pay attention to how you feel, blah blah blah, like trying to give her advice, like if he's a red flag, like try and notice it, try and take off the rose-colored glasses before you get in too deep if something's wrong. I guess that's fair advice. But man, you don't know anything about this, and you're talking so seriously. You're talking like you just saw him like with a girl in his arm, and then like she came down the stairs, and then he shoved the other girl away, and then like hug, and then like and then also was like, "Why are you here? I hate you." You know, like that's how she's talking. That's how she's responding to the situation. That's not what happened at all. Like, dude, this is crazy, and this has 216,000 likes, by the way. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, and then there's someone making fun of it just for... Obviously, she's probably seen this, and probably feels terrible about herself because of it. Like, I don't know, man. These are real people, but... Like, you don't... I don't know. This one frames her as bad. Also, it's the maniacal laughter, and he outright froze. Nailed it. Like, this comment here, you know? Like, obviously... People on this one are now assuming that she's the problem. And it's like, maybe just lay off, guys. I don't know. And also, without the context of all the other debate over this would be funny. I think this would be fine. Because, like, maybe it could be taken in good humor. But after all the other stuff, it doesn't feel like it. So, now that we watched that, let's watch the original one more time. Big ol' smile on her face. She's looking very happy. He sees her. Her smile gets bigger and she starts laughing. She's all smiley. She's looking around at her friends. He's like, "Oh my god, you're here." She explains something to him because, like I said, he thought I was working, so he obviously has questions, and that's why he's shocked. And he looks around the room, and he's like, who did this? You know, surprise. And also, this kind of like, is very like millennial Jim from The Office reacting to a surprise, like looking at the camera kind of thing. That's like that feels, I don't know, I've seen that before. I've seen people be surprised like that before, and like I said, if this is a new relationship, then this might be a normal reaction. So she goes to hug him, and he goes like, "Oh, you tricked me." Playful shove. Dude, they both seem totally normal to me. I don't know. I showed it to my husband, and he said, "Dude is probably cheating." Bro. Oh my god, everyone assumes the worst so fast. Maybe they're right, dude. And then for the final thing, I want to compare this to Couch Guy, because this is really where like this trend on TikTok started, is with Couch Guy. I don't know if you all remember Couch Guy. It was a video, came out like this one, circulated like this one. It was the first like big debate over like if something's wrong in this relationship, and that's why it's still referenced on all these TikToks. This is Couch Guy. She surprises him. The video's longer. She starts outside the door. She walks up to him. He has 3 other girls on the couch with him, and he doesn't stand up or say hi to her until she's right up close, and then he half stands and gives her a hug, and this guy is just shocked. Look at him. The expressions people pull for views is wild to me. Anyway, yeah, man. I think that one's a whole lot more damning. And I understand why people talked about that one, because there's literally other girls sitting there and their reactions are like... And like, yeah, you can say I'm assuming about them and all that, but like that situation is 100%, 1,000 times worse than the one we just watched. Dude, this one can be seen as wholesome. Oh, sorry, wrong one. This one can be seen as wholesome, dude. Look how happy she is. Look how happy she is. And look at his little smile. He seems happy too, dude. And even if he's not, it could be for 1,000 other reasons. It doesn't have to be so malicious. People jump to this because of an old video, and the old video is Couch Guy. And Couch Guy has so much more evidence of, like, maybe something's wrong. You know? I can't stand this. I found comments. Also, I can't believe he pushed her. I wish I had more context about the relationship, like how long together. We now know it was a very short time. Someone responded to that. It was a playful push, you know, the shoulder like push, like I can't believe you type reaction. That's how it felt to me, at least. And then someone responded to that. No way. That is not a playful push. That is a don't touch me. The girl I'm really interested in is here. You got all that from a little gesture? Holy crap, dude. Check yourself. Check yourself. Right? I can't be the only one. I can't be the only one. Yeah, someone says, she seems crazy. Hopefully he dodges this bullet. She looks like a 12-year-old dating a man in his mid-30s who's an alcoholic. That constant bloodshot face says a lot. Dude, that is so rude to both of them. You don't know these people. You don't know these people. And you're spreading all this BS about them openly. God. And it's not a defense to say they posted it. That does not give you the right to be that horrible to people. We need to be more understanding of different situations. And we need to learn to wait for more information. And we need to learn to not draw conclusions off very little. I understand drawing conclusions when there's a good amount of evidence or something looks very suspicious. But just because something looks a tiny bit suspicious doesn't mean we're allowed to automatically assume the worst in every single facet of the situation. I mean, you have people defending her saying he must hate her and she's like in an abusive relationship. And you also have people saying she looks like a 12-year-old. Like, dude, it is so awful on both sides. God. Ugh. And people say like Instagram Reels is like an evil place. Like, dude, look at TikTok. It is so nasty. It is so nasty. It gets so personal. These videos, man, they have like 5 million views. The original one, this one I showed you, this one down here, 7 million. 7 million views. 7 million views, guys. My most viewed video on YouTube ever has 2,000 views. My most viewed TikTok ever has 100,000 views. 7 million views. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Anyway, don't go looking for these people. Don't try and find these people. Don't be worse like them. And if you see any comments, if you see anything like this, don't interact with it. Don't push it further. Just be civil. Be nice to people. Understand that everyone is living their own lives. Understand that your perception might not match everyone's perception. Alright? That's the takeaway here. Be careful of what you see. Remember that the algorithm is always watching. Remember, if you think something, everyone you see is going to think the same thing. That doesn't mean everyone thinks the same thing. That means the algorithm is showing you people that think the same thing. Don't forget that. Ever. Okay? And just because someone posts something doesn't give you a free pass to absolutely dunk on them 1,000 times, dude. God. Be nicer. Don't be cruel, okay? The world doesn't need any more of that. Anyway, if you got this far in the video, I don't think you're the problem. Probably. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Like and hit that subscribe button. I'm gonna try and post more. I didn't post for like 2 weeks. My bad. And yeah, I'll see you next time. I appreciate you. Bye.